Welcome to Stormwater Drainage Solutions. In this short video, I will be showing you how to build a very easy and simple DIY French drain. This is something that the average homeowner can do themselves, and it requires barely any tools or equipment to accomplish. So let's go ahead and get started. Remember to give 811 a call before you do any excavation. That way they can come out and mark any utility lines that may be in the area. The very first thing that you're going to be doing is digging out your trench to lay your drain line. Now notice how we have dirt on tarps here. This is going to be for our solid pipe. So this pipe is not going to have perforations in it. Now where you see that black fabric, that is where the French drain starts. So this is where our perforated pipe will be. This will be the actual French drain. We are installing it here in Florida between these two homes to dry out the yard. Now, all of the dirt that comes out of this French drain trench, you are not going to want to put back in the trench. Now, you have two options with this dirt. You can either utilize it on site or you can haul it off site. In this particular case, we are going to be utilizing it on site. Now, we're not putting the dirt back over the trench, but instead we are going to end up grading it out and sloping it towards our French drain trench. That way the water will run away from the house and into our trench. So as you can see here, no dirt is going back in. Instead, it's going to be a vein of stone. You want to make sure that you put your perforated pipe on the very bottom of the trench, and then you're going to fill that entire trench with stone over the pipe and on the sides. The reason you want the pipe at the bottom is because it will evacuate out the most water and leave as little behind as possible. Because water gathers at the bottom of a French drain trench and it slowly rises and enters the pipe. Now you can see the geotextile filter fabric. You have to make sure you get the right one. Make sure it is a non-woven geotextile fabric. You are going to close this up at the top. You can either pin it with landscaping pins, or you can use a hog ring stapler and staple it together like we are doing. Make sure that when you're closing your French drain up at the top, you do not overlap the fabric too much. You want to make sure that it is a single layer of fabric to allow the best penetration of water. Now, like I said earlier, the dirt for the solid line will go back on top. The dirt that came out of the French drain trench is not going to go back on top. You can see the men here are tamping it down. They're grading it out and tamping it so that the water will shed away from the house and into our French drain. Now I have the garden hose running here at the beginning of this French drain, so we can go ahead and see the water coming out on the discharge end of our line. Now on this particular job, we did not have a lot of fall to work with, meaning slope, the grade of the ground. That pipe has to be sloped ever so slightly. Even if you can only get 1% slope on it, it needs to have some slope. That way that pipe can drain out once it's full of water. In this case, we had to take it all the way to the street curb to be able to gain that little bit of slope so that our line will drain out. If you enjoyed this quick DIY video, give us a thumbs up. It really supports us. It supports the channel. It helps out what we do. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. If you need drainage, give us a call at 813-614-3456. We work in Tampa, and we got you covered. The very last step is going to be putting some sand on top of this French drain to help facilitate the flow of water through the ground, and then we'll be throwing some sod on top. We have a lot more drainage videos in the pipeline and on the way out, so stay tuned for those. And until next time, this is Stormwater Drainage Solutions signing off.